Welcome back to No Sticks, No Bricks, guys. Let's get a little steamy down here in Florida. It's mid-March and things are starting to heat up. But anyway, welcome back to Season 3, Episode 40. Can you believe Episode 40? I don't even know where the time went. These last 3 years of being on the road, we're coming up on our 3-year nomad anniversary here in May, so a couple more months. And man, it has gone by quick. I feel like we're much busier now that we're retired than we were when we were working. If you're retired, you feel like that, let us know down in the comments. But my mom and dad say the same thing. Once they retired, they feel like they're busier now, but it's a good busy. So, speaking of busy, today we are going to go on an e-bikes ride to the Lake Apopka. They have a wildlife viewing road that's like 11 miles, and apparently there's a bunch of gators and all kinds of wildlife, so we're gonna go check that out. Our friends Jason and Julie over at Destination Fulltime did a video on this a few weeks back. They drove the road in their car. We're actually gonna take the e-bikes, kind of get a little bit of a different perspective of it, and hopefully not get eaten. Are you feeling like gator bait today, babe?
Not at all. Nope, not happening.
Have you guys seen the amount of ducks that my wife has accumulated now with this Jeep? Look at this. She's got them all over there, all over the place. We even got a few ducks in the RV that we haven't even put in the Jeep.
I know, because I gotta clean in here and get them all glued down. But yeah, I think I have 4 more to still put in the Jeep.
All right, so we made it, and what we discovered is right before you go through the gate to do the drive, you have to take a right, and the parking lot for hikers and bikers is right there. I did notice that the trail seems to be closed, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. I guess we'll just go on the road.
I think so.
And follow the traffic, but it's one way, so hopefully they'll let us come back.
Yeah, we gotta figure that
out. We'll find out. Wow, this is pretty busy already. There's a line of cars. It's a Friday, and we see some joggers on the road up here. So, don't feed the alligators, babe. Well, there's our first gator sighting. I probably can't see him on the camera, but he's out there swimming in the water. So everybody stopped. Need to get one hopefully closer up by the road. There we go. This one's a little closer. Let's see if we can get a good shot of him. All right, gator number 2. Check this out. It's right there, living in the water. Just hanging out. So this is a very slow ride / drive, at least today it is. But it's pretty. It's kind of reminds us of Shark Valley when we did that loop down there in Everglades a couple years ago on the bikes. I'll put a link to that video up above me here because we actually saw a gator down there with a giant python in his mouth. It was pretty cool. Just don't laugh at our video because it was like the 3rd one that we ever put out, and I look back on it now and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So hopefully you won't laugh too much. Yep, there's one right there. Okay. 7, huh? We're up to 7 and we've only gone 1.1 miles. Wow. That's pretty cool. One thing we forgot to mention is this wildlife drive is absolutely free. There is no charge whatsoever to come here, so it's pretty cool. Look at that bird over there. That is neat. I'm gonna get a shot of him. Hold on a second. Yeah, he's got some cool looking feathers. Well, we got a beautiful turtle up here crossing the road, so let's go get a shot of him. Look at that. Pretty. You gonna go? We just need to go right by you. Ooh, look at this sneaky one right here, right next to us off the road here.
Yeah.
What is that? Number 24?
Number 24.
Right, here
that
he
we've
is.
seen.
Yeah, that we've seen. Look at that. Let's see if I can get something close to it. What? Trying to get a little close. I'm too close?
For my liking.
You guys think I'm too close? Nah, it's a good 10 feet. This is cool though. Definitely reminds me of Shark Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many is that, babe?
33?
33. Right there.
34.
Let's see. You can actually kind of see his body in the water a little bit. I have seen a ton of fish in here too. Look at this.
Oh shit, that is a gator. Holy shit. This is a shot of gator here.
Okay, coming.
Biggin'.
Biggin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Holy cow. He is big. Oh, there's a dead fish in there. Maybe that's what he's smelling. He's just looking at me.
Oh, he's like right there?
Mm-hmm. Kind of a smaller one. Well, what'd you think there, sweet pea?
That's good.
That's nice, huh?
Yeah.
So how many, okay, what was the final gator count?
I think it was 41
41?
that we've actually saw.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably more than that though.
I mean that we stopped and looked at, but we probably went by more, but.
So they are doing some construction here, so it was a little bit confusing trying to get back because part of the bike trail to get back to the parking lot was closed. So we actually had to go against one-way traffic just to get back to the parking lot. There was just no other way to get back. So I guess they're doing construction on it until when?
The
April?
end of April. This says April 2020.
So another month or so. But just keep that in mind if you decide to come here and bike this wildlife loop.
So there's porta potties.
Yep, a couple different places.
I'd bring water.
Yeah.
There's no shade.
Nope.
So sunscreen, which we did, but just, you know, if you're one of those that don't tolerate while you can do the bikes, just bring all your stuff.
Yeah.
Luckily I did, just not knowing.
Now we got to get some food. Ready to go eat?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go eat. We're launching a car chase. Look at this.
Holy shit.
Beep.
Holy
Look
poop.
at all these cops.
And then there's a helicopter circling this neighborhood right here. So I don't know if they're catching a car or if this person is a dumb squad. Unless he's an undercover police car. I think every cop in Claremont is out here.
Yeah, I think so. Guess we'll see if it's on the news tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So it's Sunday. So SpaceX, they're doing a launch here in a few minutes, and they're going to be launching 23 more Starlink satellites. So there's my alarm to remind me to go down because I'm going to try to get a shot of it. Let me shut that off real quick. So here at Thousand Trails in Orlando, if you go down by the lake, you got a pretty much direct shot to Kennedy Space Center. So I'm going to take the good camera down, set up the tripod, and hopefully get a shot. We did move that clocks forward last night, so it's going to be lighter later. So I don't know if it's going to be dark enough, or maybe we'll see it when it's light. I'm not really sure, but we're fixing to find out. I don't know. We got it on the phone too. Hopefully we'll have a good enough signal. We'll see. Who's that?
That's not coming?
Nope, she's not coming. She's pooped. There's Lainey. Hi, Lainey.
Hi.
I see you. And then, of course, y'all remember Steve, the RV inspector. Wah! All right, we're all set up. I was gonna try to do it on the boat launch over here, but it was a little wiggly, so I moved back here behind the launch. So here's my site. So they say there's a blinking light out there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that's where it launches from. So hopefully we'll get a good shot. Well, unfortunately, it was hiding behind the clouds most of the time. I got a couple shots, but definitely not as cool as the nighttime ones. Hopefully I can get one of those. Well, I definitely learned a couple things. First time I ever tried to shoot a launch from a distance like that, and I think I should have probably either zoomed way out with my big lens and then zoomed in during editing, because I just couldn't get it to focus. No matter what I did, it would lose focus. So either that or use my smaller lens and then maybe zoom in with that. I'll have to do some tests, figure it out. I'm still learning that new Nikon camera that I got. This is probably why I use the GoPro 99% of the time for our channel.
Ground gas closeouts. Falcon 9 is in startup. Go for launch. T-minus 30 seconds and counting. T-minus 15. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
All right, guys, we got a little hike action today. We haven't done a hike in a while. It's been a long time.
I'm not sure if this is really going to be a hike in Florida.
Yeah, we definitely miss hiking out west. It's so amazing hiking out there. Hiking in Florida is more like walking on a trail, but this one looks pretty nice. We're at the Gator Creek Reserve Trail. It's a 3.1 loop trail. So we're gonna go hit this up, and while we do, we're gonna talk to you guys a little bit about how to full-time RV, or how we full-time RV on a fixed income. Because a lot of people ask us, you know, about that. Because, you know, this is mostly a retiree lifestyle. With more and more full-time families, younger people doing this lifestyle. But for the most part, I'd say it's still retiree age that do this.
So a lot of people always ask us if one of us, you know, if we work, because we're just, you know, at 50, 51, so
Still
of course,
young.
Still young. And so we don't work.
Nope.
But
Nope. We're gonna talk about that. So let's hit the trail. Well, we're starting off on a paved trail, so this is kind of nice.
it's shaded.
Yeah, it's shaded.
Of course, it is a little cooler today.
Definitely cooled off. Yesterday it was about, what, 85 degrees and humid. Front came in and now it's 57.
Yeah.
Humidity's gone. It's
Hence
beautiful.
The long sleeve shirt and leggings.
yeah.
So it's a little chilly.
This is more our style though. We like it like this. It's beautiful.
Okay.
All right, so let's start out this conversation with a little background on us. For those that don't know, we're both retired Air Force. And so we live off our retirement checks and our VA disability checks. I'm 80% disabled, Jen's 20% disabled. With all those checks together, we bring in roughly $70,000 a year. So that's what we live on. Now, that being said, we did do a lot of prepping for this lifestyle. Watch out for the leaf! Before we hit the road. So we prepped for almost 3 years. the first year was just some simple planning and stuff. And then the second and third year, we really started prepping full time. And when we sold our house, we actually made enough money off that to pay off our truck, which is a huge debt, and the Harley. It's both paid for. And then we were able to put a pretty decent down payment on our RV and to get those payments down lower. Most financial companies will give you a loan for an RV, 15 years out, so you can get those payments down if you're going to be on a fixed income and you're thinking about pursuing this lifestyle.
Our major expenses, since we've been on the road, are the Jeep, which we did buy since we've been on the road, but I had to have it, so.
Of course, we eat ramen noodles and mac and cheese every day.
That's funny, because that's actually not what we eat. We always crack jokes about that, but
that's a lead into the next part.
Our biggest expense is food, whether going out to eat or groceries, because those are like the two things. Because when you're on the road and you meet friends and then you guys meet up, so what does everybody always want to do?
Go out to eat.
Yeah, go out to eat and have cocktails. So we try really hard when we meet up with friends to do like potlucks, or we'll be like, we'll cook the ribs or the brisket or something, and then everybody bring a side. But then there's times that we've been with friends who don't cook and they don't like to do that, and we go out to eat, and that's fine. We just pretty sure that's something that you need to plan for.
But when we first started, we were going out to eat and drinking like every single day.
Yeah, like right now we'd go on a hike, and then after the hike we'd go eat lunch, and then we'd get back to the RV and have a cocktail. And so we just kind of...
Speaking of lunch, we forgot to bring our lunch. It's in the Jeep still. I guess we'll eat when we get back to the Jeep.
Guess we'll eat when we get back.
Oops.
Okay, so food. So what we've done is we've kind of started to do the last couple of months is we always get paid on the 1st, because we get paid once a month with our military retirement checks and disability. So what we do is we just take out cash, and that's what we use for going out to eat. That includes like ice cream, breakfast, whatever. So that is pretty much what we use for our going out to eat money. So
for the whole month.
For the whole month. So we have to make sure,
because once that's exhausted, it's back to ramen noodles and mac and cheese.
Yeah, we don't eat mac and cheese and ramen noodles. Actually, that sounds really good, but I haven't had mac and cheese in forever, and can't remember the last time I had ramen noodles. But speaking of groceries, we do Walmart Plus, which is, it costs $100 a year. However, you get fuel discounts. You can do the scan and go in the grocery store, because I can't stand waiting for a cashier. There's 2 cashiers open and there's like 100 people inside Walmart. Walmart is not my favorite place to shop. However, it's the cheapest, and it kind of has everything you ever need. And it's everywhere. No matter where we go, there's always a Walmart. And I'm telling you what, that scan and go feature, that's the bomb diggity. If you haven't tried that, that's the way to go. It's pretty much the only way Jason will come with me now, is if we do the scan and go, because you don't have to wait. And then you bag your own stuff and everything pretty easy. The other good thing about that is we paid for a ton of streaming services. Too many. We kind of started downsize. So with Walmart Plus, you get Paramount Plus, which is probably the biggest one that I watch, because most of my shows are on CBS. That's kind of where Paramount Plus comes in, so we do that. So another way we save money while we're on the road, and most people I think know about this unless you're new and you're preparing to full-time RV. If you have a diesel, the TSD program is a must. And what that is it allows you to fill up at a lot of truck stations across the US at a significant discount, sometimes up to $1 off a gallon. And when you're towing a big RV, much easier to get into truck stops. They're usually right off the interstate. It's very, very convenient. And we've saved a lot of money with the TSD program. And that's with open road, right? Yeah, open roads. I'll pop a link down in the description just so you guys can go check it out. You just fill out your application and you link it to your checking account. That's the one drawback, I guess, is you have to link it to an account instead of putting it like on a credit card to earn miles or whatever. So, but you still save a lot of money. All right, another thing that we do for fuel is I start using Upside for the Jeep. You can also use it for the truck, but the TSD is a much better discount for diesel. So we use Upside, and that is pretty convenient. We've been places where, you know, you get on there and you can get 15 cents back a gallon. And a lot of it isn't just on fuel. It's also like if you go in the store and get a pop or whatever, soda, whatever you want to call it. So
Coke, pop, soda,
yeah,
depending on what part of the country you're from.
depending on where you're from, right? We've traveled all over, so it's called different things. But we'd like to use that because every penny counts, and then usually we just build it up. Increments of like $10 is, I think, when you can start getting it back. So we usually just save it, and then right before the holidays is kind of when we start to transfer it into the bank account, whatever.
Without a doubt, our number one money-saving tip for full-time RVing is some sort of RV park plan. We use Thousand Trails. We probably wouldn't be able to do this lifestyle the way we do it without Thousand Trails, because RV parks are expensive, y'all. We even can stay on a lot of military bases, and they're not even cheap anymore. So.
And we did buy our 1,000 trail package about when we had a year left of full timing, when we were still working, so we were able just to buy it all cash. So we don't have a payment plan or anything for that. That's completely paid for, other than your annual
dues. And we ended up buying a used package, and that saved us a lot of money. New packages are like $15,000. We spent less than half of that. But it does have some perks that are grandfathered that are great, and then some that aren't so great that we can't get with the new package. So it's kind of a pros and cons situation, but we love it.
I feel like if you're gonna do this, you really need to decide, you know, where your priorities are. For us, full-timing and full-time RVing and full-time traveling, I think, you know, it's always a difference because we travel all over.
Yep.
Buying that used package was the best thing for us.
Definitely. And if you can do it while you're still working, like if you know retirement's coming up in a year or two, get that package now. You can get it all paid off. And then once you hit the road, you got more fun money. This is actually a pretty nice hiking trail.
Yeah.
Got some shade. It's nice and wide, maintained.
It's supposed to be a wildlife preserve thing. Haven't seen, well, saw some ducks when we first pulled in.
Yeah.
Haven't seen anything yet. So.
Not yet, anyway. So Jen and I are very active, at least now we are. If you would watch our videos from a year ago, you'd see that we were quite a bit heavier back then, and we weren't quite as good a shape as we are now, because we're very active. And luckily, a lot of the activities we do to stay active are free. And so that definitely helps when you're on a fixed income. E-bike rides. We do a lot of hiking like today. And we go on motorcycle rides. Of course, you got to pay for fuel, but typically we'll pack a lunch or something so we don't have to worry about paying for a meal while we're out on a bike ride. And most recently, we got some kayaks. I'm sure you saw a couple of those videos. Again, free. Of course, you got to pay for the kayaks, but the actual activity itself usually doesn't cost anything unless there's like a $5 boat launch fee or something like that. But for the most part, we can do almost all the activities that we enjoy at very, very minimal cost or no cost at all.
So I am in charge usually of the activities because I don't let Jason plan too many because crazy things can happen. So I look, the areas we've been in recently, we've kind of been in, so we knew all the free things to do. But when we get to new places, I just Google like free things to do near me, and sometimes there's like museums or mines or something, and I always look at Groupon because sometimes if there is something that we want to do, we'll try to see if it's cheaper on Groupon. And a lot of times people have a military discount, which we utilize that a lot of, but so money saving tips for sure. Speaking of money saving tips, there's a couple of apps that I use that where you can get like digital coupons, rebates, and stuff like that. So one is Ibotta, and that's pretty much good at majority of the grocery stores. You just download the app, it is free. You put your information in there, you can link it to your bank account, which I do. And then what happens is after so much money, you know, like $20 or something, you can have that transferred to your bank account. So I utilize that a lot because Walmart's on there, which is a major place that's on there, like all the grocery stores. It does take some planning because you gotta, every day, you know, you gotta get on the app and you gotta make sure you clip the coupon, and then once you get done, you just scan your receipt in, and then you'll get the points, or you'll get your rewards. When we first started doing it, I would be like, oh, well, we'll use that eventually. Now, though, I strictly just stick to the things I want, but a lot of the things that were on there, that we use every day are on there. Lysol wipes, cleaning supplies, shampoo, conditioner. So you just get a little bit of that money back in your pocket.
I mean, if you're gonna spend the money on it anyway, you might as well get something in return, right?
Right. And then the other app that I use is Fetch. And that's, you just scan in any receipt and you get, I guess they call them points. But it's like pennies on the dollars for points. So it's not like we're like saving millions and millions of dollars, but it all adds up. And usually with that is where we get Amazon gift cards, because after so much you can get like a $50 Amazon gift card, and we'll use that in our Amazon account. Or recently Apple gift cards, because playing games online or reading a book or something like that. So all those things add up, and it does save you money.
So lastly, I just want to talk about one of the big things that we learned after 3 years on the road. And what we learned is another way to save money when you're on a fixed income. And that is spread out your travel days a little bit further. When we first started, the first year on the road, we would only stay at an RV park no more than a week, 4 or 5, maybe 6 days a week, and then we'd move on. Well, those fuel costs, they add up the more you travel. So now we try to stay in RV parks at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks if we can, and then move on. And we discovered that we really do save a lot more money on fuel if we spread it out. All these places that we want to go see, they're not going anywhere. So we learned to slow down a little bit, not try to see the entire country in the first year on the road. I think a lot of our friends that we've talked to have done the same thing. You know, you just get in that vacation mode. You just want to go, 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 but you got to really throttle back and just and know that they're still going to be there 2 years from now.
And also with our travel days, just reminded me, another thing that we do is we pack lunch on travel days. We used to stop, you know, because those TSD stations were, you know, like a
Pilot or Flying J or Loves or whatever.
And then we would always go inside and grab something to eat. Well, that all starts to add up. And it's not always healthy either. I mean, you know, it's fast food or
chili cheese, corn chips, and whatchamacallits.
Yeah, I mean, or just running in and, eating something crappy. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some times that we do that, especially when we have a longer travel day and, you know, I've already had my lunch or I just need something. But for the most part, we really do try to stick to the plan and the budget.
That's right.
And another thing, money saving, is make sure you have a good savings.
Yeah.
Because for us, this is our house, and we've had things, you can budget all you want until next thing you know, you got to buy 2 leaf springs and a new tire and other parts for the RV that break and stuff like that. So you got to have something.
Yep. Definitely have to have some sort of savings, because something is going to break.
Oh, something
folks.
will break.
And it will be 12 months and 1 day, because right out of your warranty, that's when it's going to break. Well, we hope you guys enjoy these tips on saving some money if you're on a fixed income. I know there's a lot more things out there. In fact, if you got some tips, leave them down in the comments, and that way other people can read them. Yeah. And that'll do it for this week's video. So until next week, guys, safe travels.